and welcome back to my channel. So today guys, I'm going to show you guys how to make professional marshmallows. No, what am I saying? I'm going to show you guys how to make marshmallow fondant for professional use. I'm telling you, I've never used regular fondant everybody uses. I use just marshmallow fondant, and it is very easy to make and it is very cheap. All you're going to need are just icing sugar, some marshmallows of course, and some butter, and that's all. So if you want to see how I make my fondant, stay tuned and keep watching. So guys, all you're going to need are some marshmallows and some icing sugar. So I make all of my cakes with this fondant. I've never used the regular one, and it works perfectly well. You can use it in molds, you can use it to make flowers, you can use it to make very delicate parts of the cake. You can basically use it to make anything. You just have to make it to the right consistency, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that today, because consistency is very important in fondant making. Okay, so let's get to it. The first thing we're going to do is take some marshmallows, and today we're going to use the recipe I normally use. So you need 200 grams of marshmallows and 500 grams of icing sugar, and then you're going to put the marshmallows in a bowl, and then you're going to wet the bowl. You're going to wet the marshmallows in the bowl. And what I like to do is, you want every part of the marshmallows to be coated with water. So I like to fill my bowl with water first and then dump out all of the water, so you're sure every single part of your marshmallows are wet. Because if that's not what you did, when you put it in the microwave, instead of melting and becoming soft and pliable, it becomes as if you're trying to make s'mores. I don't know if that makes sense. So you're going to put it in the microwave for about 1 minute. And it's important when you do this, you don't let it get too soft, because if you let it get too soft, it's going to lose the structure. So you should put it at about 1 minute or maybe 30 seconds interval. So in case your microwave is more powerful than mine, maybe it's better you use 30 seconds interval twice. Yes. So when you're buying your icing sugar, it's important that you buy very smooth icing sugar. Don't buy those ones that have big particles, because you're going to see it in your fondant and it's going to affect how your work comes out, and it means your fondant is going to sweat much more than it should. So what you want to do is buy very smooth icing sugar, and it's important that you sift it first. There are days I'm working on a cake and I'm too lazy and I feel I don't want to sift it, it looks smooth, and then I try to make the fondant and then I get lumps in my fondant, and that way it stresses you out times 10. So to save yourself the stress, just sieve it. It takes maybe 10 seconds, just sieve it. It will save you a lot of stress. So what you want to do first is to sieve it on top of your mat, because you're going to make the fondant on a mat. The reason why you're using a silicone mat is so it doesn't stick. So if you intend to make fondant, please invest in a good silicone mat. It is very cheap. It's about maybe $3-4 maximum. So guys, the next thing you want to do at this point is take your marshmallows out of the microwave and see what you should have. You don't want it to be completely melted, because you don't want it to be gooey. You just want the structure to break down a little and be soft. So you're going to mash it, the remaining structured part, with your spatula. Do you get what I mean? You don't want it, yes, you put it in the microwave, you can melt it completely into almost liquid, but that's not what you want. This is the consistency you want. You want it to look like you made a meringue, or if you never made a meringue before, you want it to look like I don't know how to explain this, but can you guys see what I'm talking about? It is not too liquidy, it is just soft marshmallows. It's not I added water to it. You're not adding water to it. The water is just to make it not become s'mores in the microwave, to make it wet. Yes, so it's just marshmallows we have in this bowl. It's not you added water to it, you're just wetting the marshmallows, if that makes sense, because that's very important. Otherwise your marshmallows will be too soupy, and then when you make fondant with it, it becomes too soft, and then it is not pliable, or it is not I don't know, it's not, you want it to be drawy. Does that make sense? I'm a Nigerian. What is drawy? You want it to stretch, yes, without breaking. Yes, that's the word. So when you do that, make sure you don't add water to it. The water is just to make your marshmallows wet, and then you drain out the water. So what I did was I stirred it really well. So I broke every lump in the marshmallow, and then I poured my icing sugar into it and scraped out the bowl onto my silicone mat. So what I'm going to do next right now is I'm going to use my hands, and we're going to make our fondant. So now it is time to knead. And how you knead this is, you don't want to dip your hand into it, because that way it becomes very messy and sticky. So you're just going to be patting the icing sugar on top of your marshmallows. Don't worry, it looks like you're just plain with it, like it won't combine, but don't worry, to get the work done and it will combine really well without becoming too messy. So if you notice what I'm doing, I'm patting the extra icing sugar. I know it looks like icing sugar is much, but it is not much. Just make sure you measure correctly and do exactly what I do, and you're going to get the perfect marshmallows, guys. Like, so just keep patting the icing sugar on top of the marshmallows. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this until it is well combined and smooth. And if you notice, I already sifted it, so it is already smooth. You're just patting the icing sugar into the marshmallows. So can you see it is getting easier to knead? Like now when I'm trying to knead it, my fingers are not dipping into it. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take all of the extra icing sugar all around it, pack it in one place, and try to knead everything into the fondant. Make sure like everything you sifted, because we are measuring, you measure to the T. That's the only way you are guaranteed to get the required result. So measure to the T. You need 200 grams of marshmallows and 500 grams of icing sugar. Smooth, well sifted icing sugar, that's what you need. Don't worry, it looks like the fondant is formed right now and you don't need any of this excess, but you do need them. So the more you knead it into it, what I like to do is to pack the excess icing sugar and put in the middle of the marshmallows and try to squeeze it together until everything absorbs. It makes it faster and easier to knead the extra into it. And then when you do this, you notice it's becoming very hard and it is not as pliable as you want it to be. So once you do this, you want it to be hard. Yes, don't worry, at this stage it is hard. I'm going to show you how to soften it and make it pliable and easy to use after this. So now you're going to scrape all of the icing sugar from the sides again, because you want to incorporate everything you sifted on your silicone mat into your fondant. So you're going to pack everything and knead every bit of the icing sugar into your marshmallows. Yes, that's what you want to do. So at this stage, most people use Crisco or vegetable shortening, but that's expensive where I live in Ukraine, so I use butter. And I found that butter doesn't really change the color, and it doesn't change the taste, and it doesn't change the texture, and it gives you a really nice fondant. So why waste so much money buying Crisco when you can use butter, guys? So but it's important to know that you should use unsalted butter. I use unsalted butter to make my buttercream, so I don't have to buy extra butter for making fondant. So make sure it is unsalted butter, because you don't want to be serving your customers salted fondant. You get? Okay, so can you see how pliable it's becoming? But it is not even pliable enough yet. You want it to be really pliable, like when you fold it, like it molds into one as best as possible. So we're going to add some more butter. I don't have a measurement for how much butter I add. I just want it to get to a particular consistency. Do you get? And I'm going to show you guys how to get there. The more butter you add, the softer it gets. Can you see it's becoming more pliable and more easier to work with? Sorry guys, I'm repeating myself. So when we're done with that, what we're going to do is we're going to take the fondant and put it aside, and then clean up our silicone mat. And then I'm going to show you how to preserve it so it doesn't harden up when you wrap it and leave it, in case you don't want to use it that day. And it's important to know that if you make it the day, it's best you don't use it that day, use it the next day or after that, because the fondant becomes even better, like more pliable and softer the second day. Yeah, so see how soft this is, and it's stretchy. That's kind of fondant you want. And mind you, there is no CMC or Tylose powder in this fondant. It is just icing sugar and marshmallows. It is the best marshmallow fondant in the world, I promise you guys. Okay, so what you want to do right now is to wrap it in a cling film, but first you have to rub butter on it, because you want it to be pliable. You don't want it to dry hard like a stone. If you just put it in a cling film like that, it's going to dry hard like a stone, and that's not what you want. So rub it in some butter and then put it in a cling film. And then the next time when you bring it out, you want to use, just pop in the microwave for about 30 seconds and then knead with some butter, and that's all you have to do. So right now we're going to wrap it, and that's all she wrote, and you have the perfect fondant in the world. And it makes the best cakes, guys. It covers anything you want to cover, and it is pliable, it is smooth. You can make flowers and all sorts with it. Like, it is perfect. So thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if it was useful to you.